Citronella ants. Everything you need to know about the citronella ant. Find out how to identify and deal with citronella ants to protect your garden and your home. If you find yourself suddenly hit by a distinct smell of lemons when digging in your beautiful garden one day, it could be due to the hard-working citronella ants. If they are pressed or feel their lives are in danger, these yellow ants will release an irritating compound to warn predators away and let the colony know there could be trouble. The Latin name for citronella ants is Lasius interjectus or Acanthomyops interjectus for the larger ants and Lasius claviger for the smaller ones. If you happen to stumble upon a colony in your garden or are suddenly bothered by swarms of ant-like insects in or around your home, your first step should be to determine exactly what you are dealing with. Oftentimes, yellow ant swarmers will be mistaken for termites by homeowners. Luckily, it is not too difficult to tell these insects apart in order to properly identify the magnitude of your problem and address it correctly. Citronella ants feed on the honeydew produced by aphids and mealybugs that eat plant roots and excrete a sugary substance. Unlike typical ants, they will not be interested in your dinner leftovers, and unlike termites, they will not pose a threat to the integrity of your home. Identification of citronella ants. Citronella ants usually swarm in late summer or fall, but not solely then. Swarming citronella ants may also make their appearance at other times throughout the year depending on how warm the climate is in certain areas. Citronella ants have a light yellow color, hence their name. Swarmers may also have a darker, reddish or light brown hue, but worker ants have less color variation. However, their color is not the entire reason they are called citronella ants. If crushed, these ants will give off a lemon or citronella smell. Citronella ant size. As far as their size is concerned, adult worker citronella ants can grow as long as 3/16 of an inch. Their queens are, of course, larger in size. The citronella ants have an irregularly round, segmented body. There are a few warning signs of citronella ants you can look out for if you are worried about a potential infestation. First of all, nocturnal insects, so you may miss them completely if you are looking for signs of citronella ants during the day. Next, you will need to watch out for citronella ants in any moist soil areas around your house. If they make their way inside the home, they will do so by entering through any unsealed cracks in the walls or the floor, or make their way in under exterior doors. Once inside, citronella ants will be attracted to high moisture areas and moist crawl spaces. You will want to check for any signs of citronella ants hiding in your basement, or behind or under the ceramic tiles in your bathrooms or kitchen. How did I get citronella ants? If you identify citronella ants in your garden, the most likely spot to find a colony is an area of moist soil near the house's foundation. To avoid an ant infestation, keep your property clear of wood piles and compost piles. Check that any outdoor faucets are not leaking and ensure that your gutter system is in working order and no water is draining on the house's foundation. If you find citronella ants inside your house, the most probable scenario is that they swarmed inside through an open door or window, or crawled through any cracks or under a door. How serious are citronella ants? Finding citronella ants in or around your home shouldn't have you worried about your well-being. They do not have stingers and do not bite. Citronella ants do not attack property structures. They are, however, a nuisance, and you should investigate matters further and try to apply one of the solutions available for getting rid of them from your property. If you notice a sudden peak of yellow ant activity anywhere on your property, you could be dealing a citronella ant infestation. You may notice trails of workers or swarming, flying ants. If you've identified citronella ants in your garden or your home, check high moisture areas for signs of a citronella ant colony. Worker ants use trails to go from into their nest, so your best bet in finding their source is to follow them home. Behavior, diet and habits. The micro-worlds of ants are still a mystery to humans. Their ability to create vast, intricate, underground universes is an amazing feat. Still, scientists were able to determine what they eat, and that is nothing else but the honeydew excreted by aphids and mealybugs. Intrusion into homes. Swarming citronella ants can make their way into a house through open windows and doors and will swarm in an attempt to mate or locate their colonies. Worker ants can also enter through cracks or crawlspaces, so properly sealing your home is an important step in avoiding an ant infestation. Larger yellow ant swarmers sometimes remain in the colony through the winter. If they do, they will try to find a temporary nesting space in nearby buildings by entering through cracks in the walls or the foundation. If they enter a home, Citronella ants can nest in basements, or in logs of damaged wood and in any areas with high moisture like bathrooms or kitchens. Colonies, reproduction. Queens produce new workers for Citronella ant colonies. Worker ants are sterile. When a colony is ready to grow, the queen will produce winged males and females named swarmers. When the time and conditions are right, they fly out of the nest to mate and reproduce. Swarming behavior. How to manage a Citronella ant swarm. Although they can be quite a big annoyance to homeowners, Citronella ant swarms only last for about 3 to 4 days at a time. Their swarming behavior only occurs when they are looking to mate or reproduce, and once they have fulfilled their role, swarming Citronella ant will disappear. Citronella ants do not respond to normal ant baits. Still, you have several options to get rid of this nuisance if it gets too much for you to handle. You can also choose to seal or caulk any entry points the Citronella ants are using to get into the house once you identify them. The best and most environmentally friendly way to deal with a Citronella ant swarm is to vacuum them up as they appear. That said, Citronella ants are not to be feared as they do not pose a threat to you or your family. They are usually rarely seen wandering about by homeowners as they spend most of their time underground. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.